Hey, good morning, St. Paul. This is your Un-Bougie foodie, Wesley Wright. It is going to be a beautiful day today, so I hope you all are going to get out and enjoy some really great activities that are going on. First and foremost, I want to thank you all for joining me this morning. You know, I'm here every Saturday at 10 a.m. talking about food. And not just food, just per se to talk about food, but really to just share new places or new recipes, food topics, whether it be social, more entertaining. That's what this show is all about. And it really is a show for you as listeners as well. So you are welcome certainly to contact me on my Facebook page at the Un-Bougie Foodie, or you can call the radio station and we could have a chat about whatever subject that we're going to be talking about today, which, you know, I'm leaving it kind of open at the moment, but because there are so many different things that are going on, so I didn't have a topic. But if you would like to offer some type of suggestion of a new restaurant or place that you feel that I should be going to, please feel free to give us a call and let us know. It's 651-200-3479. Again, that's 651-200-3479. But before I go into the show itself, first I want to give a big shout out to all the radio hosts and show hosts, as well as volunteers that are currently at Rondo Days. This is the 34th annual celebration for Rondo Days 2017. They are currently they've been actually there since 8 a.m. and I believe it's going to go all the way till 6 p.m. Again, they're going to be at the Rondo Educational Center, at the center field, and that's where the main stage and vendors are going to be. And then the Martin Luther King Recreational Center, it is going to also have a music stage. So it's chock full of entertaining things to do today. Hang out with friends, meet new friends, celebrate the neighborhood itself. It's always interesting to get people of color together and celebrating a neighborhood, supporting the neighborhood, knowing that it's something that's been going on, for 34 years. That says a lot. People are getting together and truly appreciating their neighborhood. So again, that is today. That is from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. So again, shout out to WEQY 104.7. We have people there on stage. Glow Pesci, DJ, huh? What? I can't do it like they do. But so many others. The volunteers that are there. Thank you all for showing your support and being there to with this celebration for Rondo Days. So if you're interested, make sure you go out. It's going to be a great day. It's kind of warm already. It's not overly much. It's barely 10 o'clock. But, make sure you stay hydrated and make sure you have some food out there. Oh, my goodness. There's going to be some great food out there. I know that I've gone last year and yeah, it was enjoyable. So this year, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it, which is sad, but we'll see. We will certainly see. Another item, those of you that are so into the food, and I've talked about this in the past already, It is the co-op farm tour that is currently going on, and as a matter of fact, it started what 8 minutes ago, 6 minutes ago. It is today, July 15th, going from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And this is, it's again the co-op farm tour that you'll be able to discover 27 urban and rural farms that they basically have opened their doors and offered you an opportunity to have a self-guided view of their farms, learn and also discover what they do, and it's across pretty much two different states, Minnesota as well as Wisconsin. Many of them are in the state of Minnesota, some as far as Owatonna or Monticello, Montrose, over into Wisconsin, Taylor's Falls, Amory, New Richmond, River Falls. So, and here, of course, in Minneapolis and St. Paul. So there are so many other places, these 27 urban and rural farms that you could visit. Today being an awesome time to do that, mainly because of, again, the weather. We're supposed to be having beautiful weather. I'm going to keep talking about the beautiful weather because I'm looking outside the window, and it's where I'm going to be shortly because I have many other food places that I've got to try to visit. Anyway, if you want to find out more information, certainly visit your local co-op, and ours, directly down from the radio station, is Mississippi Market National Foods Co-op. Very popular within the neighborhood. That's not plug. It just really is what it is. They're really good. There are other co-ops that are also available that many are familiar with. There's the Wedge, Seward Community Co-op, Eastside Food Co-op, Linden Hills. There's at least 8 or 9 others that I could name as well, but clearly you have a co-op in your neighborhood. So certainly visit them, and most likely they will have this information about the co-op farm tour. And why not take a day? It's still early. Take a day, take your family, and just visit some farms and learn about local as well as organic vegetable farms, or where resources are coming from, dairy, honey. So again, it's across 2 states. There's a lot to see, certainly a lot. So make sure you're doing that. Get out there. Okay, I can't go past. Can you tell that I'm giving you all the information about food festivals and so forth, like up front, just so you could be ready and prepared? There's another one that I have to tell you about, which I did not even know about, and I wish my friend Avi was around. Maybe he might have been interested in going, but also just anybody interested in Middle Eastern food. There is a 10th annual, they refer to it as Mid-East Fest, and that's been going on since July 14th. That will be today as well as tomorrow, so the 15th and the 16th. And that is going to be at, wow. Ooh. I'm trying to find out the address. I had the address and now it's gone. Okay. Yeah, there it is. I'm sorry about that. It's 1250 Oakdale Avenue. That's West St. Paul, 55118. Again, as I mentioned, it is going to be, it started yesterday. So Friday, July 14th, that was from noon to 10. Today, noon to 10. And then tomorrow, Sunday, is going to be from noon to 6 p.m. And it's a festival apparently for the whole entire family. Not that any festival is not, but there are certain ones that more geared towards family and getting together and meeting new people. This seems like one of them. It's really about the culture, and I tell you, I've been excited about learning about these different cultures and reading different cookbooks and so forth, and uh, learning different uh, words and languages and so forth that I'm not familiar with or that I've heard before, but I just haven't been pronouncing them correctly. So when you have friends that are from these specific cultures and then they're helping you to pronounce the word correctly, I appreciate that. I really do. I hope they know that I appreciate that. But some of the highlights that they have for the Middle Eastern Fest, again, going to be in West St. Paul, the address once again being 1250 Oakdale Avenue, again, West St. Paul. There's going to be a lot of fun for, like there's a children's tent, mini golf, there's going to be an inflatable slide, mini bowling, beanbag toss. Some of the other highlights, one, important, it is free admission. Haha. There's going to be live entertainment. Again, authentic Middle Eastern food. They're supposed to be having a roasted lamb. Chicken kebabs, tabbouleh, hummus, and baklava. And then so many other different items as well. There's going to be an area for adult beverages as well, so you could certainly partake in that if you are an adult. But just consider the different types of, I know I mentioned a few things, but that roasted lamb, it's going to be a whole roasted lamb on a spit. So it's going to be delicately cut into bite-sized pieces and served on a pita wrap with fresh lettuce, tomatoes, and other special garlic sauce. You like that? You could make a lamb sandwich if you're dreaming of one, or you could go on to have maybe a chicken kebab. They're low-fat, chicken marinated in specially imported spices, Syrian spices at that, and they're ground to perfection. So it's going to be served in a pita along with vegetables, and of course, there's special sauce. There's gyros that are going to be out there. I don't know what a kibbe sandwich, but it's described as being a moist, juicy, and melt in your mouth. The sandwich that you're able to add vegetables and the secret sauce, and then just simply wrap it up in a pita. And they would describe it as a meal fit for a king. But that's for the carnivores. Those are for the folks that are eating meat, such as myself. They also have, for those that are vegan or vegetarian, they have hummus that is going to be available. A falafel. Falafels, they describe it as being a mixture of vegetables and spices, and it's a patty that's going to be deep fried. Again, vegan, all vegan. It's served with a pita and fresh vegetables, and then their special tahini sauce. Definitely one of their favorites. And another, spinach pie, one that I've had before at Caspian over, I believe it's near Dinkytown. Fresh spinach and lemon juice wrapped in freshly prepared dough and baked to a golden brown, that is. Again, another vegan delicacy. It's actually quite good. If you've never had it before, you need to have some spinach pie. Spinach pie. There's so many other things, the dishes that are actually going to be available as well. Some common French fries, flatbread pizza, but again, to your heart's desire, Middle Eastern cuisine, along with others to, if you have a sweet tooth, they're going to have pastries out there as well. So certainly, make sure that if you're so inclined, make sure that you're visiting the Mideast Fest. Again, that's going to be 1250 Oakdale Avenue, West St. Paul, 55118. That was a lot in 15 minutes. However, there's still more. So make sure that you're staying with us. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to reach us here. Reach me here, 651-200-3479, or leave me a message on my Facebook page, and I'll quickly answer that question, or maybe even share your comment and suggestion on the air. Being that, I am here at WEQY and already gave a shout out to friends and show hosts that are currently at Rondo Days, WEQY is also hosting, I'll have to say, a signature event for them. This is going to be the 3rd annual 7th Street Live. So I'm going to, again, I mentioned I'm going to keep talking about these topics to remind you, just so that you don't forget. But 7th Street Live is coming. It is going to be August 26th. Make sure that you are saving the date. Again, it's going to be a family-friendly event with food, fun, festivities, getting those F's in. And it's going to be having live music as well as a parade. There's going to be art that's going to be available. So there is going to be a lot to do, a lot of fun. And of course, there will be food. There will be food. And that is going to be taking place again August 26th at 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. So make sure you're marking your calendar. The address where that will be happening is 895 7th Street, and that's in St. Paul. Literally, when I tell you that it's down the street from the radio station, yeah. So that means I'm so glad that I could do my show in the morning and then almost walk down to the event. I'm actually looking forward to it. Last year was fun. Had a real great opportunity to volunteer and work and meet a number of the show hosts. So, you also have an opportunity for yourselves. If you're interested in volunteering and just enjoying a really great day, make sure you go to WEQY, our Facebook page, and look for the link for volunteers. We are always looking for motivated folks, ones that are interested in being in the community and building the community. It's a community event. So again, it is for you. It is for those in the neighborhood, those that are interested in just having a great time. Being in the community, WEQY is all about focusing within the neighborhood. So having events such as this is what encourages people to come out. So taking the time to also invite you to make sure that you're saving that date for 7th Street Live, August 26th. Again, make sure you save it. You have to come out. You really do. I'm going to say on air, I am a little bit sore. And there is a reason for that. I'm sore because I have been training with Tracy. Yes, I have a personal trainer. I do love her. I really do. She has currently a program that's going on. It's a 6-week course, 3 days a week. It's a boot camp, summer boot camp. So shout out to Tracy Yang. Thank you for keeping me motivated. It's been the first week, but I feel that, I've successfully gone past this first week. And, with her help, thankfully. But, I also, considering that, when you're a foodie, you do have to make sure that you get out and exercise and do things. And so I'm trying to be better with that myself. See, I'm spilling the guts on the air. But she is an NASM certified personal trainer. If you want to find out more information about maybe her schedule or about a training session, please visit www.trainwithtracy.org. You can contact her by telephone, which is 612-568-7229. Again, that's Tracy Yang, Train with Tracy. Trust me, y'all, she does work you. She does. I'm not even playing. That's no joke. But you see results, and honestly, you feel better. And I've only done one boot camp prior to these 3 that I've done this week. I've only done one, which was back in 2008. That one kicked my butt because I was really sore from that one. But that was again many moons ago. Again, 2008. Yeah, that tells you a lot. She really is knowledgeable and works with you. And again, I say about all of this and mentioning her, and again giving her a shout out because it's important to make sure that you're healthy, especially if you're talking about food or going out to a restaurant or even cooking at home. Still there is also that need for you to get out and be more active. And I know that my secular job is a bit more sedentary, meaning that I sit most of the day. So I want to try to be more active. And this has really given me a great opportunity to do that because of just being in 45 minutes to an hour, I'm getting worked over. Yeah, there are muscles that I have not, sore. But so again, shout out to Tracy. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All your efforts and keeping me motivated. As you can see on my Facebook page, I have been cooking more and doing things that, I feel are helping me stay on a good track. I didn't get a chance to talk about last week. I did chicken breast. Yeah. The sun-dried tomato. Well, it wasn't sun-dried tomatoes, but it was a chicken breast, and it was stuffed with provolone, spinach, and tomatoes. And I tell you that it was really, really good, folks. I mean, really simple recipe. I mean, I could certainly talk about it in more detail, more descriptive detail, but I won't make you very hungry this morning. I'm looking at the photo, which you've probably seen on my Facebook page as well as Instagram. It starts off with a succulent chicken breast that has been butterflied. Butterflied meaning that, chicken breast normally comes in, I don't know, maybe about a 3-inch width. And if you take your knife and then halfway from, let's say you're on, using a cutting board, which I would suggest, from the cutting board up, going halfway to the chicken, just slice that chicken almost until you're getting to the end, and then spread it apart, and then season it with salt and pepper or to taste. I tell you, this is really, really simple. That's why I'm able to quickly tell you about this or give you this information. After you butterfly it and you spread it apart, you season it. Then you take just provolone cheese, or it could be any type of cheese. If you prefer, you could I was going to use goat cheese, but I decided, no, I want to use provolone. So provolone, of course, with your spinach, and I probably should have said that beforehand. Well, no, not really. You could certainly prepare your chicken, set that aside, cover it in plastic wrap, place it in your refrigerator. But then work on your spinach. You could saute your spinach. I used just of all things, which is amazing, bacon. the bacon renderings. And I sauteed in that garlic. So I cut up garlic, about 3 cloves of garlic. I used about 2 tablespoons of bacon fat renderings. I'm just going to say it, bacon fat. And sauteed the garlic for a bit, and then put in my spinach. Now, with your spinach, you want to kind of cut off the stalk because it really is just the leafy part that you want. And after it's sauteed down, and you're going to see that it's the leaves look kind of wilted. That's how you want it, because you're making sure that you're getting all of those bacon renderings and everything all incorporated in the leaves, and then mixing it, making sure to mix in your garlic with that spinach. So going back to your chicken, bring that from out of the refrigerator, unwrap it. Again, if it's already been butterflied and seasoned, lay your provolone, on top of the chicken. Put some of your sauteed spinach. I like it in the middle, if you would. And I used Roma tomato. However, I mentioned when I initially posted this, I wanted to use sun-dried tomatoes. I did not have that available. However, you could see from my photos that even with that, with the Roma tomatoes they're pretty hardy. I mean, to stand up to some heat. But I preheated my oven to 425 degrees while I was preparing this. I forgot to tell you that. Sorry. And then after I put my tomatoes in there, I folded the chicken breast back over. So basically, it almost looks like it's a taco. A chicken breast taco. But, it's very pliable. So just make sure that all the ingredients stay within. And it may be necessary for you to use toothpicks. If you don't have toothpicks, you can use, if you have skewers, just use small portions of the skewer and to hold it together, because you really don't want that to all just ooze out while it's in the baking process. And then just simply place it after your oven has already reached the temperature of 425 degrees. Place that in the oven. Let that cook for about 15 to 20 minutes. Definitely check it, to make sure that it's not, it's at a consistency of what you would like. Certainly you want to make sure that your chicken is cooked all the way thoroughly, but perhaps you want it a little bit more crispy. If that's the case, you could use a little bit of butter and brush that on the chicken breast. Make sure that you change the level of where you're placing your chicken, because that helps. Just make sure it's on a higher level, up to the more to the top rack, and then it'll just give that nice crust on top of that chicken breast. And then there you have it. You seriously have a really healthy dinner. It really took less than, I'd say, 30 minutes to actually make this preparation. Now, mind you, I did go off and add Brussels sprouts to that. So while my chicken was baking in the oven, I went ahead and sliced some Brussels sprouts. I used bacon renderings again. And I went ahead and sauteed those, and then seasoned that very lightly with salt and pepper, because bacon renderings have their own flavor, so there's not much extra that you really have to add, especially if you're trying to be better with sodium, salts, and so on. And I know that I'm trying to do that. I've always been trying to do that. Anyhow, there you have it. You have, I guess you want to call it, your stuffed provolone spinach stuffed chicken breast with the Brussels sprouts. So that's just one item. Um, yeah, and really it's referred to as the baked spinach provolone chicken breast. It wasn't just a recipe that I came up with. I saw it on while I was just doing research, and I figured, gosh, this was something really simple and low carb to do. So certainly, why not? You know, it made it. It was very simple. So make it at home. It's available on my Facebook page as well, the Un-Bougie Foodie. Um, Again, bacon, spinach, provolone chicken breasts. Very simple recipe. Check it out. uh, there is, I've talked about chicken wings in the past, and I'm quite sure that everybody has their own type of seasoning that they want to put, whether they're doing a dry rub or they're doing barbecue style, or gosh, I was online and was it Wingstop? I can't remember what it was. It was something that came up in my timeline, specifically about well, not even my timeline. It was a reference from another article that I was reading, but it talked about lemon pepper chicken or chicken wings. And specifically, apparently, Atlanta has that on lock. Really down pat. I mean, yeah, there are a number of artists that talk about it, actors that mention, yeah, no other place in the United States has that as well as Atlanta does. And specifically, lemon pepper chicken or lemon pepper wings. I can't say that I've had lemon pepper before. So if anybody else has had lemon pepper, and I mean, it looks like I'm going to have to because it's the highlight apparently of a number of delis, wing places that actually, prepare wings. And although I'm about to go into a story about chicken wings and a specific spice blend, it's not about lemon pepper, but I feel the need to find out about lemon pepper chicken wings. And yeah, come back to you all on that. However, there has been within the city of Minneapolis many years ago, when I was still a youngster, Minneapolis and St. Paul magazine provided an article that talked about a gentleman by the name of Leland Carriger. And he was also known, I would say better known as the King of Wings. And so Mr. Carriger, he was actually born in 1920, and he lived in North Minneapolis and worked at Honeywell. But on the side, this man really was, I won't say, I would have to say maybe innovative for his time, if you would, because he had a special chicken wing seasoning. It was a secret wing recipe. And so he perfected it, and he made it into a business by delivering chicken wings with that special spice recipe just right out of his van. Now, of course, everyone has some type of story or on how they started their business and what made them successful. Well, that's what started Mr. Carriger. I'm just going to refer to him as the King of Wings. At one point, they even referred to here in the city of Minneapolis. They referred and wait, not just Minneapolis, but also St. Paul. So in the Twin Cities, he was referred to as the Black Colonel Sanders at the time. But realizing how interesting a venture this was, A young man by the name of Robert Patterson, back in 1978, he wanted to actually go work for Mr. Carriger, the King of Wings. And Mr. Carriger had a group of other young men or boys that you would hire to help him with the preparation of the wings, as well as making deliveries at night. And they worked areas of North Minneapolis, and doing research on some of these places, it's interesting how the history and the time frame that these have been around. But places such as the Elks Lodge or a Cozy Bar, the Vegas Lounge, Riverside Supper Club, they would head over in places in the northeast portion of Minneapolis and make these deliveries. Now, even though there was racial tension going on, and I even think we find it today, Mr. Carriger, one of his things was that with all that's going on, and you could be feeling a certain type of way about a particular race, but when there is good food, people are going to eat good food, no matter who you are, across whatever color lines. And that's kind of how it was, because they would go over into the northeast portion of Minneapolis, like I mentioned, and he found his niche because people didn't care, because the food was so good. But he didn't stop there. He went to places like the Caboose, the Whiskey Junction, the Vikings Bar. And apparently these are places that bikers and hippies would hang out. They knew him. Then he went to, and this is like happening all like within the same night or in the evening. And it was a regular thing that they did. They would then go to South Minneapolis, Norma Jeans, Mr. Nib. And then there was apparently a very popular place called the Temple in South Minneapolis. And so it was a place where, go, and one of the guys, the boys that he would hire, would go in and give something, I believe a couple of dollars to the bouncer, and then they would go in with a bag and just pretty much sell chicken wings in the spot in the club. So you have to pay your bouncer every now and then and give him a little slide. But particularly, these wings, people were so enamored by these wings and just taken aback by them. So again, continuing on, he made I mentioned the Twin Cities. So from Minneapolis, he goes over into St. Paul. So he visited places such as the People's Choice on Selby, the Cozy Bar. Again, all these popular African-American pop culture spots is where he went to. And it wasn't just specifically for African-Americans. It really was for anyone that was really interested in having really great food. And he knew what he had. And again, he built his niche off of that. Fast forwarding a little bit, quite a number of years, he did finally establish an actual restaurant at the corner of Washington and Broadway. But sadly, he passed away in 1998 along with his business. So, the business suffered. So that legendary wing spice blend, it disappeared. But if you remember, I mentioned a young boy. He was, I believe, 14 at the time when he started working for Mr. Carriger, Robert Patterson. He was inspired by what the King of Wings was doing and had what he created. And so he went on to pursue a cooking career. So he started working in places as Ruth Chris, Steakhouse, Morton's, Murray's, and I believe there was a place called 2021 that was headed by Wolfgang Puck. I believe it was on Hennepin. But after 35 years of working in professional kitchens, he wanted to do something different and realized that, gosh, going back to his childhood, he wanted to pick up or bring back that King of Wings taste to the Twin Cities. And that's what he's doing, or has done, if you would. And after a number of attempts and doing batch after batch, finally, and of course consulting with, Mr. Carriger's family, because he didn't want to just totally rip them off or anything. There was, this was a secret recipe, and they wanted to make sure that he got it right. And finally he did. Now, of course, you're probably wondering, okay, why is he talking about all this? Why is he giving us all this history? Again, a little bit of a history lesson, but it leads up to, what we have right now. You're probably wondering, where can we actually taste this, supposedly legendary, chicken wings, spice blend? You are in luck. So since Robert took it over, Robert Patterson, he now is calling it King's Royal Seasoning. Again, it's a spice blend, and you could use it on so many other things, but specifically, you can use it. You have to use it on chicken wings. And you can purchase the actual spice blend itself at a number of places. There is a place called Lucky 13, which is at the address of 1352 Sibley Memorial Highway. I believe it's Mendota Heights. Zip code is 55150. There is Solo Grocery, which is 3111 Emerson Avenue North. That's Minneapolis, 55411. And then Sosa Foods also has it available, 3909 Minnehaha Avenue, and that's in Minneapolis, 55406. Okay, so that's where you could get the spice itself, that spice blend. And again, that's the King's Royal Seasoning. But okay, where can you get them to eat? Already prepared. Don't want to really have to do the cooking yourself. You need to cook it yourself, because you could find out so many other things to do with it. Fish, the chicken. You could put it on vegetables. Gosh, think about that on like broccoli, or even, Brussels sprouts, or just a medley of those type of vegetables all together. Sprinkle that on. I know that I've had this, and the first time that I had it, I was like, where? Gosh, this Sprite, it was a dry rub, but it tastes so good, so good. And where I had it was at James Ballatin, a VFW, the one that is on Lindale, the address of 2916 Lindale Avenue, Minneapolis, 55408. Please don't miss these wings. The dry rub, man, it's delicious. It really, really is. I was there last week Thursday, as a matter of fact, for a friend's show that was, so LIB, shout out to you. And I had an order of these wings, and I'm not very, I am willing to share my food, but there was, I guess, a patron. Maybe he's been there. I don't know if he's a bouncer or he's a really big dude, just like 6'2", 6'3", and I guess he saw the server bring my wings out to me and said, "Hey, those smell really good. How do they taste? Because not everybody has really good wings and this and that." And I'm like, "No, dude, these are really, really good. I've had them before." And I hadn't even started on this. And he's like, "Well, do you mind if I have one of them?" And I didn't really hesitate, but in my mind I did. In my mind I did. But that's okay, though. That is quite okay. I let him have it. I have one. And I said, "If you'd like, you could have another." He was like, "No, these are really, really good. It's almost like it has some type of Cajun seasoning or whatnot." I'm like, "It is a Cajun dry rub," in my head, because I didn't want to get him mad at me. But he walked away, and he said thank you, of course, and walked away. And I overheard two other people talking to him. It was like, "Dude, where did you get the chicken wings from? How does it taste?" And this and that. I was like, it's always good to, one, to share food. Again, what do I always say? Food brings people together. They may not even know you, but if they smell really good food or know that there's good food around, they're going to talk to you. And that's what happened. But James Ballantyne, VFW, 2916 Lindale Avenue. That's not the only place where you could get it. You could also get it at Bunny's Bar and Grill in St. Louis Park. So 5916 Excelsior Boulevard, again, St. Louis Park, 55416. So, there you have it. Places where you could actually buy the King's Royal Seasoning, as well as where you could eat them if you don't want to cook them yourself. Hey, go out and go get some of that King's Royal Seasoning. Let me know what you do with it. I'm quite sure it's going to be interesting. I just could I was thinking of so many different ways of using the seasoning. Yeah. I hope you all have the same experience and enjoy it. If you go to the VFW or if you go to Bunny's or any other place, there are other places that also offer it as well. So, make sure you could go out there and check it out. James Ballantyne, Bunny's. More so importantly, the King's Royal Seasoning, the wings. Okay, so now, most recently, I know that you all know that I enjoy sushi. Okay, so there is a new sushi place that is opened. It is called Miso Japanese, and they are located at 4495 Lake Avenue South. That is in White Bear, and they've just recently opened. I have to tell you about new places. Again, I am going to tell you when I go and talk about them. This is just a new place that came across my feed, and I felt the need to inform you of it so that you're aware that, hey, there is a new sushi restaurant. Now, from apparently the reviews that it's been getting from others, not from me, not yet, it is a great experience. I mean, nearby the water. Yeah. And the menu looks just absolutely amazing. Scallop caprese. Oh gosh. And Fuji salad. And that Fuji salad, wow. I tell you. Marinated Fuji apple, spring greens, white radish, microgreens, and then marinated chicken or smoked salmon. Red platinum. I'm sorry. I'm actually looking at the part of the menu. Part of the menu. A West Coast roll, a tempura and shrimp. Tempura shrimp. Tempura shrimp, cucumber, tanago, smoked salmon, avocado. I will say this. I know avocado is good for you. Tell that to my digestive system. Or okay, that was TMI. My stomach doesn't like avocado. However, for sushi, I will suffer through it. I'm telling you, when sushi is good, having fresh sushi, I enjoy it greatly. I really do. And if it's really good sushi, I will devour it fully. Avocado and all. Avocado and all. Just so you know, if you ever wondering. Oh my goodness. There have been a lot that we've talked about. I know that especially the King of Wings or the King's Royal Seasoning was a big part of our day so far, or our conversation, um, or just me letting you know what is available out there. That right there, though, that King's Royal Seasoning, that chicken wings, you can't pass that up. You really can't. But there are still other places that you could actually visit you might be interested in. Um, there is T-Rex cookie. Well, this is the part of the show that we like to call "Get Your Groupon." Yes. So I'm going to tell you a few places of where you could get either a certain snack or a food liking or tasting of your choice for a discounted price. So, for instance, T-Rex Cookie Cafe, they are in the university portion of Minneapolis neighborhood. You get about 40% off cookies. So, again, go and grab that Groupon for $9. Yeah, can't go wrong with that. And there are 3 different actually vouchers too. Each of them worth $5 for coffee and food. So $9 for $15 or 3 $5 vouchers. Yeah, definitely. There are other options too. There's $15 for 5 vouchers. Again, that's $25. $15 with $25 worth of food. That's really cool. They are actually going to be this is another place that I've talked about. They're actually going to be partnering with 7th Street Truck Park and creating like a 20-pound ice cream sandwich. So it'll be 2 T-Rex cookies and Sebastian Joe ice cream in the middle. That's going to be a 20-pound cookie sandwich or ice cream sandwich. Yeah. I've had the T-Rex cookie one time. It was a small because they're kind of big. But yeah, very, 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 very good. And if you're wondering, they are located at 3338 University Avenue, again, Southeast in Minneapolis. They are on University Avenue. If you're ever wondering, how to get there, the Green Line actually goes by there. So, hey, you don't feel like driving, if you feel that you're going to be drunk on cookies, you can certainly get on the Green Line and visit T-Rex Cookie Cafe. Okay, still another option that you have available. There is, interestingly enough, another place on University, and it is called Farm to Table Cuisine, or Signature Cafe. Not called Farm to Table, it's Signature Cafe. They offer farm to table cuisine. So for $33, you can get $60 worth of food, and it's American fare, so specifically breakfast. But the different options are, $33 for $60 worth of food for dinner for 2 or more people, or $65 for $120 worth of food for dinner for 4 or more people. They are located at 130 Warwick Street, Southeast, Minneapolis 55414, and that's in like the Prospect Park area. So again, not too far off of University. I would suggest you drive though. Make sure you drive. That's important. Oh, we're covering a lot today. But I still want to mention once again, if you've not had the opportunity, please make sure that you are getting out to visit Rondo Days 2017. They are located at the Rondo. The celebration is taking place at the Rondo Education Center field and parking lot. So that's where the main stage and the vendors are going to be. And they're also going to be in the Martin Luther King Recreation Center Park They're going to have senior and mature adult entertainment, or where the music stage is going to be. So make sure that you're headed out there. That is going on until 6 p.m. They've been out there since 8 a.m. So it's going to be a great day. They're going to continue to have fun out there. It's an opportunity really to just get out and be with the community. I'm going to remind you once again about 7th Street Live. That is going to be hosted by WEQY. That's going to be on August 26th. Make sure to save that date. Oh, and most importantly, please let me tell you that, if you did not see my video last week, please note that there is going to be a very special day that I would really like you to be involved in, and just come out and enjoy the day. It is called Foodies at the Fair. That is going to be taking place Sunday, August 27th, 2017. You will be able to have the opportunity to join me, the Un-Bougie foodie, at the Minnesota State Fair. And that day is a great day to be out and enjoy food at the fair. I mean, every day is, but specifically August 27th is considered Minnesota Cooks Day. So you will have an opportunity to meet food celebrities, food Instagram influencers, and those are people that take pictures of and place them on Instagram with those beautiful, some of them don't have filters, some of them do, not overly filtered, but still, they will give you an opportunity to just hang out and meet them. So again, keep that date in mind, and more information, I'll make sure to provide you with more information as the weeks progress and are upcoming. Again, Sunday, August 27th, 2017, the event, Foodies at the Fair. Listen every Saturday, only here on the Un-Bougie Foodie and WEQY, the voice of the East Side, where we talk all about food and provide you everything about the pleasures of the table. Thank you so much for joining me this week. And as I like to end every show, I encourage you never to let anyone tell you what type of foodie to be, because really, it is all about the food. Until next time, peace, folks. Enjoy.